Hi there, welcome to Transformational Tarot Readings. It's Grace Hart here, and this week's card is the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is really saying you have reached a position of advantage. And what that means more than anything else is something that you've been working towards or looking to create or bringing into your life, you have achieved that. The message of the card is an acknowledgement of that, but it's also saying now that you're, on a perch or you've reached the mountaintop or, the tall poppy syndrome here that we have in Australia quite strongly. And it's really saying now that you're on the perch, be aware there's going to be judgment and more judgment than normal. So yes, celebration and acknowledgement that you have reached that stage where you're willing to step out, whether it's with a new product or a new relationship or a new way of thinking or being, or maybe you've lost that weight that you were, wishing to lose. And instead of, having encouragement and celebration from others, there's judgment. And yes, okay, that'd also most likely be celebration as well. But this card speaks to I remember seeing a cartoon, and it was four tiles in this cartoon, and the first one was a lady and a gentleman walking beside a donkey, and just walking with it. And there were these two judgmental people, and they said words to the effect of, "Oh, how ridiculous that they're walking next to the donkey. Don't they know that they're meant to be on the donkey? Donkeys are meant to carry things, silly people." And then the next one is the same couple, and this time the lady is on the donkey and the man's walking the donkey. And the same two judgmental people say, "Oh, isn't that just terrible? He's the master. He should be on the donkey. She should be the one walking beside him on the ground." And then there was another tile where both of them were on the donkey. And the same two judgmental people are saying, "Oh, isn't that just terrible? It's such a load for the donkey. There shouldn't be two people on the donkey. How terrible of them." And, and of course it just goes on like this. And really what the message of the donkey is, or the donkey cartoon is, there are going to be people who are going to judge you no matter what you choose. So don't let anyone else's judgment of you affect you. And no matter how much you try or change or try to please them, really, if they're judgmental haters, they're going to find a way around even what you are doing. I remember a client who wanted to lose weight, and she started to lose weight. And initially her family are like, "You really need to lose weight, and you're going to get sicker as you get older," and all this sort of judgment, and "You're ugly," and this and that. And anyway, she didn't tell anyone, and she started to lose weight. And it had been quite a few months since she had visited her family. And she went to her family, and instead of celebrating her, they said, "Oh, you're looking really sick. You shouldn't lose weight so fast. There's something wrong. Are you sure that there's not an illness there? Because you shouldn't be losing weight so fast." So this is what I'm getting at with this particular card. It's actually about willing to celebrate you and validate you, and not looking outside for validation. So whatever you're needing to hear from other people, be your best friend and actually be that for yourself. And also go where you are celebrated, not tolerated. I heard an interview with Kevin Hart, the comedian, and he was talking about how they were having relationship issues, and his wife was listening to all sorts of, quote unquote advice, judgment, in the form of advice and caring. And he just said, "Look, whatever you choose, it's okay. I'm going to look after you no matter what." So it's really just about what are you choosing. And he said, the only thing I want to advise you on is when you take advice from somebody, make sure they are actually successful in that. And what he meant was, don't go and see a financial advisor who has no money themselves or hasn't been able to show you a track record with choices he's making financially and that he's successful. Or don't go to, speak to someone or take advice from someone who's obese telling you how to lose weight. So he was saying, the people that are telling you to leave me or whatever it is, are they happy? Do they have Are they speaking from a place of knowing what it takes and what's required to keep a relationship thriving? So I really love that point. And it's, and Brene Brown talks about there are people in the arena, and she doesn't care about the people who are not in the arena giving her, quote unquote, advice, judgment. So, and I love that. And it's really, that's what this card's about. It's stay true to yourself. Don't get swept up in the judgment of others. Go where you're celebrated and not just tolerated. And, the thing is, when you shine, one of two things is going to happen. Either people are going to be inspired by you and go, wow, look at that. Isn't that amazing? She was this and now she's that, or she's created this. That's fantastic. Or they're not going to do that. They're going to judge you and hate you. And the reason why people do that, generally speaking, is because they have to separate from you. They have to make you wrong. And it's usually because they would like that too. They would like to lose that weight, or they would like to achieve that level of success, or they would like to have that experience. But because they're not willing to do the hard work and make the changes that they know they need to make, all they can do is separate from you and hate you and make you wrong for whatever choice that was that you were doing. So the message of this card is twofold. One is please acknowledge. Please acknowledge you are a position of advantage. And if you've got an extra lot of haters at the moment, an extra lot of judges, it's okay. You're in a position of advantage. Stay true to yourself and be your honest self, and don't be swayed by the judgments of others. One of the things that's really easy to do when someone accuses you of something that is so innately not you, you want to just scream and defend and, get upset. And I get all of that. But really what that's doing is making you focus on, and I'm going to call them the perpetrator, because they're perpetrating a judgment on you that's not true. And it's no different to being in a domestic violence situation where your attacker just keeps attacking you, or you're looking at them on when the next attack is going to happen. And so all your attention is focused on that rather than how you could leave or what else is possible for you beyond that relationship. So it's the same thing with these judges and haters. They show up so you can actually go into defend, go into justify, go into that resistance and reaction, and that distracts you from being your creative, beautiful self, doing what's true for you. So sometimes, I'm going through something at the moment where there's a bit of judgment towards me that is completely inaccurate. And it's so easy to want to scream up and down and say, that's not true. I don't know anything about this. This is not, what you're saying is just completely false. But if I did that, all my attention on what I can create and generate for my life, and me choosing happiness and me choosing gratitude and me actually being a contribution to you guys and my clients, that's where I desire to put my energy. And they'll figure it out. The judges will figure it out. And if they don't, not my problem, right? So it's really just about you being true to yourself. Don't look for validation from somebody else. Give that validation to you, and know what's true for you, and enjoy the position of advantage. Enjoy that you have worked towards, whether it's losing weight or financial freedom or creating a product or a business or whatever it is. Enjoy your success and celebrate it. And those that are around you in the arena that celebrate you, listen to them. Listen to them. And I'm not talking about the people that just think you're amazing. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about people who are in the arena who likewise are willing to create their life and willing to call you on things if it's true for you to change. So it's not about judgment. It's about celebrating you, and they're desiring to empower you and be there for you. So that's this week's card. And look at all the areas and spaces and places where you're judging yourself and stop it. And look at all the places and spaces where you are making other people's judgments of you real and true and putting all your attention on it, and stop it. Start to create and generate your life. Turn your energy towards that which you are choosing, and you will have a far better time, because those judges and haters, they don't want to change. So there is nothing you can say. And why bother? Why bother invest that energy? They'll get it when they get it, or they won't. And that's not your problem. It's not your job. So have fun, enjoy the ride and the view from high up. And be that invitation for others to find you that desire that as well for themselves. Okay, take care. Catch you next week.